Greetings and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the official Rockfish Games stream, where I am your host, Erik, your community ambassador. I am joined with Gary right over here, this beautiful man. Say hi, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Oh, wonderful. So we did have a little bit of adjusting on some audio. So guys, if there is something that feels a little strange, sorry about that. Streams have those technicalities, and we work through as best we can with what we've got. So pretty sure it's pretty stable on all fronts. So, but again, if there is anything that sounds wonky or weird, just let us know in the chat. We'll see if we can on the fly make some tweaks. Otherwise, we got a nice little show for you today. So if you saw the Discord message, we are restructuring the streams, and by we I mean Gary, because this mad lad is the one who actually did it, putting everything together on how we're going to be flowing through these spaces with you all. Obviously, these are community-centric streams. They always have been. They always will be. So today we're going to be navigating some nightmare difficulty. We're going to see if we can finish off the story. Be a beautiful way to wrap things up. Then move into other segments accordingly. We're going to be having little segments to help you guys identify core features, maybe stuff that you didn't know about that EVERSPACE 2 can actually do and provide that experience for you. With that, today we're going to be talking about the inventory space itself, what you see on the screen. So we'll get to that in a little bit. We'll also have our question answer segments per usual. We'll have a interview with one of our developers inside Rockfish, so you'll get to learn a little bit more about Jan and what it means to do quality assurance from his perspective. So stay tuned for that. We'll also, goodness, there's so many things. There's so much. We also have a game challenge, which I'm going to try to do for you. And then we have pictures that we chose from you all that the team chose the best ones. There's only 10. We'll see if yours made the cut. And then we'll wrap up with a little couple of announcements. So all that being said, I'm going to immediately get into this nightmare mode playthrough. So Gary, I am going to need you to vanish. See you later. Yep, I know. So sad, so sad. But we finished here doing the shadow creature. We did the shadow creature. And felt really good to accomplish that task on stream with you all last time, which was 72 years ago. Yes, I know that we're going to get some DLC information, but we want to keep moving. So, yeah, I haven't played this game since the last time we were on stream. This save file has been only played on the streams with you all. We started it together. Dang it, we're going to finish it together. It's going to be awesome. And this is kind of really proving that point because the DLC is just now kicking in. Haven't loaded it yet. But regardless of that, priority is let's finish the main story. Whew. Oh my gosh, it's so great to be with you all and chat, and look at all you happy lads out there. It's so good. Welcome to everyone. And as that reminder, just because I can't say it enough probably, if you have questions, comments, all that type of stuff, please feel free to just drop it into the chat. Gary will catalog those and then we will answer them so that you get all the news and details of what we can share at least. So it'll be good. Ooh. Oh, throat's dry. Erik is back, says E2 Motto. Yeah, I am. I am in fact here. I am present. I'm going straight for the gut of the mainline missions right now. So we're just like, I think that we're prepared. I think my equipment is up to stuff. Seeing some incredible questions in the chat. Yeah, nice.
Oh dear. I'm going to answer that one straight off the bat. Sorry, not sorry. I'm starting to wonder if that's my wife actually in disguise in the chat on YouTube.
Oh, that's funny. For those who missed it, Sorry Not Sorry had asked, what's it like being the best looking developer at Rockfish? And they asked Gary specifically that question. It's great. It's great. So good. All right. So, a big part of what we've been doing in this playthrough of the main campaign is also skipping dialogue. Like, we're just triggering it. We're trying to complete it. We are on a mission, guys.
Well, that was a lot easier than I anticipated.
That's right, it was.
Ben, how are things at base?
All right.
All clear. Preparations underway.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if we'll have enough time to finish it all. Oh man, I want to.
I have Shaw on our side.
I want to.
Kato now.
We'll see.
We'll squeeze it in. We'll squeeze it in.
I've got fantastic news.
Alec, not now, please. Come on.
Is the coalition going to help? The second thing, not only that, they're even going to send their flagship, a drone carrier. Wow, Alec, you really are a legend.
Oh my
Was
gosh.
that a given?
The questions you guys are throwing. Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
coming in now.
Get ready to
This,
rock through a
guys,
fast
you make these streams so much fun. Thank you everybody for being here, just being a part of this fun little adventure that we all like to have together. I'm like, goodness, guys, the future streams, the plans for the future streams, like everything seems to be getting in order. I'm excited. I'm excited for the future here. Oh man, it's gonna be fun. So first things first, I'm really focused on just championing this mission. I am curious, for those in the chat, I imagine many of you have completed the main storyline. I'm curious how many of you have gone back through the game a second time. And then I'm also curious of those of you who have completed the game from start to finish on Nightmare. I'm really, really curious. It's a kind of a multi-layered question, so I'll ask it one more time. But for those of you who have finished the campaign, I want you to push like 1 in chat. If you've finished the campaign more than once, push 2. And if you finish the campaign from Nightmare beginning to end, push 3. That's what I want. 1, 2, 3. Bearded Frog says, totally never played this game. Awesome, good. We are making progress in chat, that's for sure. I'm seeing a lot of 3s, oh my gosh. Absolute legends here. A few times, says Kazaf. Woo. Some of the screenshots you've posted, seems like you've played it more than I have, and I have many hours in this bad boy. Can I choose multiple options? Well, it's really like if you've completed 1, or if you've completed 3, then you've already completed 2, and if you completed 2, you've already completed 1. So it's just choosing the one that's relevant.
He'll need to see his own advantage in all of this.
I doubt you would be able to
2 nightmares from start to finish. Wow. Technically, when I finish this, this will only be my second nightmare from start to finish. So sorry, not sorry. You have bested me on the nightmare finishes. My excuse is that I've had to test very specific events and situations in the game, so I haven't been able to play it. That works, right? It's a good excuse.
Is there a problem?
Stop talking!
No,
I must complete the mission!
This is a business opportunity. Please?
Wizard Jerry has completed the whole thing in 6 hours at level 14. That's a record in last year. Holy crap, man.
He's just putting us to shame now.
Oh my gosh. Wizard Jerry, do you need to take this seat? I can move. You can just want to sit down. Oh my gosh. I've got a challenge that we're going to be doing later in the stream. And it's one that I actually have difficulty with. And some of you are probably going to giggle a little bit based on all the freaking 3s I'm seeing in the chat. But
that is a very good speed run there, Wizard Jerry. Funnily enough, I was talking with Jan, who you'll see later on, and he's done it in about 6 to 8 hours. But he completed the game at level 16. And I thought that was impressive.
Yeah, Jan he's one of our incredible players on the team, actually. And ironically enough, when we talked with him about just who he is and what he does, he didn't even mention that. But I think you guys will get some really good insight as to what our team members are like just in that interview later in this show today. So. Oh my goodness.
He's all just dropping the casual 5,200 plus hours.
Jeez. Gosh. Yeah, that's probably. You know, that's hard to say. That's hard to say. It's so hard to imagine the work hours put into a game, because I mean, we've been working on EVERSPACE 2 for freaking how many years now? 5, 6, 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah,
something like that. So just convert my work hours into has played EVERSPACE 2 for that long. Get wrecked. Yeah. But no, that's seriously impressive, Kazaa. That is absolutely wild. So mine don't count because the game wasn't done. Therefore, everything beforehand, you know, that doesn't count, right? So, but that's incredible. Love that you are enjoying the game. Like, we've designed it in a way to be replayable. Most of you guys really appreciate that. Some of you guys struggle understanding what that means, and that's fine too. You know, everybody has a different flavor. But yeah, for the most part, it's been a lot of fun seeing how you all interact with the game space and interact with us. I'm just gonna go through this door. Why didn't I use fast travel? Oh my gosh. I'm like using super light all here. I'm doing the slow methods. What am I doing? Oh well. Wouldn't EVERSPACE 1 count as EVERSPACE 2 dev time? I mean, to a degree, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, the chatter in here is beautiful. Yeah, I've been seeing a couple people. I see a little chatter about like under-leveled runs. We've had some individuals just doing some wild things to just best one another, and it's been really freaking cool. Just in seeing how the competitive nature of restricting yourself to like, I'm only using a tier 1 ship, and only like no legendaries, no superiors, no devices, no shields or armor, friggin' blindfolded with my feet. Like, you guys are wild. It's absolutely crazy, but it's awesome to see how you guys challenge yourselves, and then especially when you share it with us, that's the really cool part. Just super cool. One of the most recent things that I think I've seen was actually Sari in the chat has been using some of the new equipment in the Titans DLC expansion to completely crush some of the prior race challenges that we had from a long time ago. Like, really super impressive. Oh, whoops. So major kudos to you, sir. Very, very neat. I have a feeling my equipment is not up to stuff. This is taking a very long time to drop these fools. Are we ready for this? I don't know. Let's try to...
Way to find out.
Yeah. Let's try to... Here we go.
All G&B channels are blocked. I'm certain that seeing me here among you has given Blakemore proper cause for concern.
This should do a healthy bit of damage to those around.
Blakemore certainly has their absolute devotion. Any idea how he could have achieved that? There is speculation that they've each been offered a personal slice of the DMC.
I'm also completely missing an additional secondary item. Oh my gosh. Maybe we'll get a drop to help deck us out. I almost wonder if it would be better if we swapped over to the corrosion injector instead of the annihilator virus. Might not actually be a bad idea. I think whenever it completes its cooldown, we'll probably cycle weapons. All right. Let's do some of this in first person just because it's cool.
Got him on the back foot.
Yeah.
I'll be sure about this. Doesn't look that great from where I'm sitting. Once we reach the surface, that story will change, believe me. Hang in there. Hango, do you read me? Is there anything you can do?
Regrettably, negative. The
communication systems have been completely sealed off. I will crack them eventually.
I'm sure you can do it, Pango.
I'm sure you can too, Pango. I believe in you. I'm actually a big fan of Pango. He's one of my favorite characters, actually. He's just really cool. I'm curious, this is kind of a random question. How many of you guys have seen the TV series Firefly or the movie Serenity? It's kind of just a random thing I'm jumping in there, but there's a reason for it. Take your time, don't be shy. I like how I said I was going to change devices and I keep using Annihilator Virus. I think it's actually doing pretty good work, so.
Okay, this is getting pretty hot. Anybody got critical damage?
We lost some guys. This better be worth it.
We are also losing people. God damn it, where's the coalition in all this? Alec, I thought you said they'd be here.
They assured me they would come.
Somehow that's not reassuring. Hold the line, people.
I want to look over at chat, but I also don't want to lose my beam. This is tricky. Has anyone said that they've seen the shows or the movie?
A couple have, yeah. Lady Frog has.
Oh, nice.
Lydia as well. I've seen definitely Firefly. Has seen Serenity?
Yeah, the movie was fine, but it's sad. That TV series should have got so much more love. But our bovine hacker, I actually don't know if they were inspired by the character from the Serenity movie or not. But there is a hacker in the Serenity movie. One of his most famous lines is, "You can't stop the signal now," and that just reminds me of our bovine. Just everything that he does, like he's just always intercepting signals, and I don't know, it just makes me happy, you know? It just makes me happy.
Good reference.
Alright. Cool. I think we're getting close to triggering Marie DeVent to jump out, probably. I'm also seeing, from a timing standpoint, we are a little locked in here.
I'm sorry, my lad.
Oh, there we go.
The Duchess can't take another hit. I gotta retreat or my trading days are over.
I understand, Marie. Thank you for all your efforts.
Yeah, I gotta bail too.
Mm.
No chance, Daryl. Marie had nothing to gain from this fight. You do. You're staying.
For what?
Or I tell Kato.
Oh,
Jeez, all right.
Jeez, wow, sassy. Daryl, stay here, yeah, Liz. That's kind of nice, you know, after the side mission with Daryl to finally be able to be like, nah, you're doing this for me now. It feels pretty good. All those various missions just for some freaking plushies. All right, here we go. Things do seem to be speeding along a little bit faster, but ooh, that was a lot of damage. All right. Pro tip, don't run into the people you are fighting.
Scrap. Armor's down.
Offer some pointers.
Keep them to yourself, Hive. I'm busy.
Need third-person view. This is some of my favorite music in EVERSPACE too. I don't know about you guys, but it's just like so smooth. It just feels so good. there. Whoa. Come on, we gotta be close. We gotta be super close, right?
You are.
Poor Tareen over here. Use that plot armor. That's right.
The extra thick stuff.
That's right. Oh, sweet. We leveled up. I haven't seen one of those in a really long time.
Quick roll call. How's everybody doing?
Yes! We did it!
Right behind you.
Phase 1 complete.
was freaking awesome.
I feel a sense of exhilaration at the coming culmination of events.
That's right.
Haven't seen a battle this big in a long time. Brings back memories.
I see you guys talking about how you like the new tracks from the DLC. Yeah, no, I think that Gero has done a phenomenal job on all of the sound additions. For sure, for sure. Very good. I want more space. See that? All right, so what I'm gonna do...
I can't help but notice something's missing from this scene.
Actually, I'm kind of locked into this until we finish the story. Oh my gosh, I just now realized that. There's not really any going back.
But we got more immediate problems right now.
Whoops.
You got this.
I got this. But we will be able to, I'm gonna just, like, during the course of this, let's show you a quick little detail that maybe you didn't know. You can blow these up. And you can grab these energy cores, and you can pull them out. And it does a ton of damage. Did you guys know that?
I did.
You guys know that? So if you're like a super weak ship like I am, I mean, we're not super weak, but the point is that we can do a ton of damage by just pulling these things out. Pop.
Tango, any progress getting through the blocks on their internal bombs?
Now it's just a couple of quick shots and he's done for.
This takes time.
Which is good, because because of that. So getting these guys out of the way is really helpful. And they are on both sides. There's not just two of them. There's, oh, come on. There we go. They're on both sides, so there's 4 of them. 3 is normally enough to do the trick, though. Oh, come on. Get the right angle. There we go. Get wrecked. I'm going to focus on the turrets because they're easy. Whew. So there's your first little tidbit of did you know? But we're going to be doing the inventory. So just stay tuned for that. It's going to be a little bit later than our scheduling, just because we got to complete this mission now. We got to do it.
Gotta do it.
But we can answer some questions and continue the banter, of course. Love us some banter.
Focus our fire on the control tower and flush out Blake more.
I would discourage you from firing on the tower, as my intel indicates it also contains the holding cell where Commissioner Hawk is detained.
Oh, scrap. I hope she's okay.
Almost there. Poor Alec. He was really getting tag teamed there. Oh, I missed. Oh. That's what I get for firing a cruise missile. Got a little fighter. Man, I did like no damage for that ult. Ah! Ooh, now we're taking damage. Okay. Bring it back. Bring it back, please. Ow, 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 stop it. Okay. All right, knock it off. That's better. One more.
Give me status. It feels like we're throwing ourselves against a solid wall here, buddy. If you could just get me through on the personnel channel, I could convince the miners to disrupt the defenses.
1 second.
We're working on it.
Yep, yep. Hang on there. Hang on there, Officer Shaw. So close. Just gotta take him out. Then we'll go into section number 2 of this bit. And I think whenever we do that, we could probably start. No, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Extended gameplay segment. Here we go. Let's do this.
Yeah, Wizard Jerry's just wondering if you could craft any secondary weapons because you seem to be lacking a little bit in devices and secondaries.
That would make a lot of sense. Probably do some corrosion mines, honestly, because those things are quite the beast.
Yeah.
That's what I think we're gonna go with. But you're right. That's a really good call. And probably
these professional, pilots. They like to spot things when you
absolutely. We'll also just cover our rear and get one of these as well, just in case things go south.
We are losing too many units. Hang on tight. We'll be right there.
I'm gonna get this guy first. Oops. Well, I meant to fly past him. I wanted the other side. That's right. Come on. Ooh, Come on. I don't even want to see how much damage that missile turret's going to do to me, alright? I don't even want to test the limits. Because I know that this is not an optimized build. There we go. Get out of here. We're really close.
Adam, I'm in.
There we go.
I found the override for the internal
Good.
Officer Shaw can speak to the base crew directly now.
Shaw?
One thing I will say to the guys and girls in the chat that it can be quite difficult when you're flying around and concentrating and trying to entertain the stream as well. You don't notice things like your secondary weapons or you've only got one of them or your consumables have disappeared and that, and then it's like we don't mind. We're there for the entertainment.
Oh my goodness. Also, I see the comment that you can't craft skill though. That's a very, very good point. Very good point.
You
Oh
definitely
my
can.
goodness.
I'll be
Absolute
crafting
savage.
that by the bucket load.
Yeah. So with all of my testing of this, I discovered some really cheeky ways to do this without getting hurt. So you're about to see the dev cheats here of how to complete this without taking damage from the laser. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Go from underneath.
You and your associates are finished. Roslin is already on his way to the comet. It will be blasted into 1,000,000 pieces across its course, creating a sparkling field of iridium for the plucking. How is he?
There we
The
go.
Commissioner's cruiser.
Beautiful.
Precisely. It left
Speedrun strats right
before
here.
you arrived, brimming with
Almost
mining
done.
torpedoes. Scrap. We need to act fast.
I know, Adam. I'm using speedrun techniques. I thought that was the intended methods of Bearded Frog. Oh my
Don't
gosh.
hurt. Terrain.
You
Prepare to
guys.
infiltrate the tower. I got you covered.
All right, let's get down here, because that's where the next fight's at.
We secured the control.
Yep. All right, let's do this. We're getting right into it.
Give it time. Don't worry, Ben. I got this.
Ah,
Please toes.
that's right.
Whatever you do is ultimately futile. The comet will be mine. Not on my watch, Blakemore.
Forgot about the Weber drones. This should be okay. Oh my goodness. Let's just make sure we don't, get one shot here. That would be really silly. Almost there. Stop it. Quit turning. Hold still.
Down one.
Oh, let's just go right in front of him. That's what's the problem? Okay, there we go.
Fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Can't remember when his shield comes back up. Just trying to corrode him away. Actually, wait, corrosion doesn't work on him. Why did we make corrosion mines? Who made that suggestion?
At this point, I blame Wizard Jerry.
Yes, 100%.
Hear that, Blakemore? Stay
Whew.
into the road for you and your schemes.
All right, next phase.
Mr. Roslin, I have briefed Fleet Command and they have given the authorization to
Whoops.
Blakemore with absolute prejudice.
Commissioner Hawk, good to hear your voice. I'm on it.
Yeah.
The DMZ has an
Doubt this is going to do too much, but why not?
order and profitability, and you threaten it all. Your schemes are lacking in many respects, Blakemore.
Don't shoot myself. That would be really bad. I have totally wiped myself because of that shield right there. It's actually a Vanguard build. I was just having some fun. And it's just meant to be like a glass cannon build. And it works to one-shot yourself if you hit a shield like that. So, yeah. Whoa. Yep. Ow. Ah. Go. Go. I'm gonna need a.
Coming out with all the quality comments like should have crafted sticky turrets.
You are an irritant.
You know, honestly, that's probably fair.
Yeah.
We're gonna move this out though. We need something. We need something else. Let's just. Yeah, rockets are fun. Why not?
Adam, you read me? Ben, what is it? There's an elite fighter jet left behind in the hangar, presumably from your clone. It still has that weird
Yep.
wormhole tech installed. So we could follow the trajectory and catch up with him in the Commissioner's cruiser.
Come on!
Exactly.
Toss!
Thinking, Ben.
Toss
Make
it
the
to me! There we go.
preparations. I'll join you as soon as I settle this score.
I missed. How'd I miss?
See how you deal with this.
Alright, fine, we'll wait.
You're just looking at your ship's not made of aluminium.
That's fair, that's fair. Let's try to grab this. There we go. Whee! Ow. Wait, that didn't hit. Oh my gosh, what? What is this nonsense? I disagree. How did that miss? All right, that's gotta hit, right?
Take longer to charge. Perhaps we can use them to our advantage.
There we go.
He is vulnerable. Quick, shoot at him.
Oh yeah, rockets were a good choice. Rockets were a good choice. There we go.
Close. My life works so near culmination. It ain't worth scrap when it's built on deceit.
Why did you go all the way over there? That's fine. Whee! So close. That's fine. Kobe! Oh, it's too high. I'll try again. Whoop. There we go. Cool. Alright, last one. Done! Alright. Okay, skipping to the next bit. We're going. A bunch of stuff happens, and now Comet time. That's right. Here we go.
I never imagined it would come down to this. Just us two Roslin clones remaining. Of course it had to. The cosmos is cruel. You're free from Blakemore now. There's no need to be so fatalistic. This is the only path remaining. The DMZ needs to change. And I'm going to be the one to alter the face of this cursed place. Man, that cruiser shields are way too
What's going to be great is that once we are done going through this story here, we'll be able to utilize other sections of the stream to help give you a lot of direction on the DLC content, which wasn't technically in the plans, but we'll be able to start those, go through those missions here as well.
This is our chance.
As well as really focus in on any other questions that you guys have. So yeah, I kind of like going hard and just getting all of this out of the way, getting the story completed here, so we can move on to the next steps. This is cool. We'll also get to see the stats, which I'm excited to show as well, since the entirety of this save has been during the live streams with you all. So we'll be able to look back and see how much time you guys have spent watching this particular save file and every single interaction that has happened. Pretty neat, honestly. All right, we're skipping so we can get out of all the things. That's right, so many things to skip. But we have concluded the story. We are finished. We've bested the foes. And now we can get into some highlights, some showcases, and answering your questions. So that is what we are diving straight into here. As soon as we have... Yep, here we are.
You sure it's not too soon?
I'm sure it's not too soon. Excellent. All right. So the very first thing that I want to do... I know that there are a couple questions floating. I want to... give you guys a quick rundown.
At the bypass and would be willing to try out that stabilization method you talked about.
Good, Clico. This is a test phase.
I forgot about the riffs as well. Oh my gosh. Guys, we have too much content. We gotta remove some of this. This is ridiculous. I need to talk to a team member. We gotta just remove.
What did you call it?
Let's just rewind to 1.0.
That's right. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's answer questions first, and then we'll do a quick little showcase. So what do we got, Gary? Go ahead and join me on the screen. There you are. Ah, perfect.
Right, we have a few questions. We've got 4 of them lined up, all from YouTube. Twitch are slacking. Space is awesome over on YouTube. We'd like to know. The Dreadnought's primary weapons were removed. This detail fits well into the lore. However, just for fun and curiosity, what were those weapons? Do we know?
Oh, well, we actually were experimenting with a ton of different weaponry for the Dreadnought. And yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily know if it's here nor there, but like we experimented with well, not all of them. That's kind of an over-exaggeration, but like we wanted to see how to kit it out in a way to be ominous, to be dangerous. And there was a lot of experimentation on what that needed to look like and how that's interacting with the player. So I'm trying to think. I think we had a lot more like lasers, actually. Marco could correct me if I'm wrong there, but I thought at one point we were going to do lasers that just like straight up hit you, kind of similar to some of the bosses we just saw. But we decided to go with something more to where it gives the player control to dodge, to navigate around, since there are recurring events with the Dreadnought, and it's very important that if you are doing these over and over and over again, there's not just like a insta-kill, always tracks the player sort of situation. Generally speaking, that's not really fun. So yeah, we kind of mix things around. I know that we also had standardized mines that would launch at one point, and then we decided, you know what? We're actually going to give it legendary mines. So, so the Dreadnought actually launches Judgment Day mines in specific circumstances, and they are absolutely deadly, which is a lot of fun. Very cool, kind of gives the Dreadnought that greater sense of its power. So yeah, that's about the best I can answer that question. There's so much experimentation and exploration when it comes to development, and the Dreadnought was no different. So yeah. What else we got?
Right, Alex Vazelododsky, sorry if I butchered that over on YouTube. I would like to know about the inventory specifically. They said it would be great to have different icons for different combinations, like the green one for the Blightmonger. Is it hard? They find it hard for them to navigate inventory for a specific item. I know we've been asked this before.
Yeah. So like pertaining to like different sets, like this is the autonomous set, whereas this one is the commander set, and they have the same logo in the lower left. Yeah, this is actually something that we have talked about internally. Believe it or not, there are a lot of how should we put this? There's a lot that has to be kind of pulled apart in order to put it all back together in a format like that. But there were a lot of discussions. In fact, I was one of the individuals talking with like Hans Christian about this, where it would be really nice to have like the logo of a set item on the item itself, so you could see if it's the same or not. And this was also at a time where development has very specific deadlines to accomplish tasks, okay? If we don't reach certain tasks, then that means a feature is gonna have to get cut, or a level is gonna have to be like scaled back. And we don't like doing that. We want to enrich the content with as much as possible. And when it comes to the iconography of set items, it takes a back seat in comparison to, say, a new side mission, right? So there's a lot of decisions that have to be made. They're not easy whatsoever. This is through every single, ask any developer, okay? Ask any single developer who's ever existed. There will always be a crossroads where you really want to do this and you really want to do that. Choose one. And that's kind of the nature of what happened to the set items. So definitely agree that that could be a really cool thing. And shoot, maybe Hans Christian's back at the studio right now working on it and he hasn't told me, and that's going to be a surprise later. I legitimately don't know. So, but this is something that we simply were not able to push, because we wanted to focus in on enriching much more of the content surrounding the game, surrounding what you can engage with, the replayability, all of these other factors, and we're really happy that we chose that direction, and the enrichment that is created. So, wish we could do it all. Doesn't everybody? Wish we could do it all.
Yeah.
So, but it's a great question. Hope that provides a little bit of insight. But yeah, what's another one we got?
We've got one from again, Space is Awesome back on YouTube. He's wondering who are the voice actors for the Redeemers. He finds them funny how we managed to produce such strange voices. I did kind of answer this in the chat. We'd probably have to defer to Gero on doing that, because I can imagine that a lot of people were involved in them different voices and how they were created.
Yes, yeah, and to that, just to add a little bit more, I mean, the voices that you hear in game, they have been adjusted, right? There's the audio crackling sounds whenever you're like speaking through the comms. There's the regular sound if you're like just talking to H.I.V.E. or if you're in a cutscene. There's the adjustments to voices, like H.I.V.E., our leading H.I.V.E. protagonist. He does not actually sound exactly like he does in real life. There is like this technical sort of masking that covers the voice to make him sound more sort of automated and robotic. And then there's also other sort of filters that are applied there. So basically what I'm getting at is there's a lot of technical coverage that goes across the board. And all of that goes through our sound expert and our music expert, which is Gero. And he's done such a remarkable job, and he could tell you more if he was in the chat. But yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of details in there. Deception, H.I.V.E. doesn't sound like that in real life. I know, right? Oh my gosh, you guys. So, but that's a clever question. But yeah, the short is yeah, it gets adjusted to make him sound rough and cruel and stuff.
Yeah. People are remembering the text-to-speech that we had in early access as well before everything got filled out with the proper voiceovers.
we will not do it.
Oh, that was awesome. Oh dear. Right, sticking with YouTube, Bearded Frog would like to know what exactly makes that comet so sacred to the Okar anyway?
So there's a very long story behind that, and I suppose that's what you're here for, but I'm actually going to keep it short for sake of getting to the rest of the stream. The short of it is that the H.I.V.E. is, it's not just a matter of, oh, it's Viridium, therefore it's sacred to us. There's a long-standing order of how H.I.V.E. has touched the lives of the Okar themselves. In fact, some clerical Okar even believe that H.I.V.E. itself is what gave the Okar sentience. Now, is that true or not? Who knows? Because we couldn't even define that. The Okar can't even define that themselves. But there is some type of mental connection that the Okar literally have with the presence of H.I.V.E. And for that very reason alone, because there's this event that basically occurs, like the Okar go on these pilgrimage to visit H.I.V.E in this grand sort of event. And they do this because of the ceremonies surrounding that, and just the love that they pour out for what they have in operating as this this alien race, right? So a lot of details behind that, and none of it is necessary, right? That's the beauty in this lore type of stuff. Like, you ask, well, why is this the way that it is? Well, we actually have a reason for that. Like, we go into rich detail to ensure the world has meaning and value to it. The Okar don't just want the comet because you're the player and there must be a MacGuffin to lead you to the story that has this conflict. I mean, that is kind of necessary for proper storytelling, but the point is that the Okar have purpose. They have reason for getting really upset with anybody who would tamper with it, so much so that they would expel their own lives to best yours if you were to touch it, because of its impact to their entire society and possibly even their formation. So yeah, there's a lot to it. And that was the short version. I could go into so much more. But
I'll just add a little follow-up question on there, if you can answer this one briefly as well. Is did the ancients also worship H.I.V.E?
That is a question that I actually don't know if I'm allowed to answer that. That's interesting. That's an interesting response there. But what I can say is that from the colonial perspective, what we know of the ancients is that they are revered by the Okar. You've probably heard H.I.V.E say that to you before. And there's some type of connection between the ancients and the Okar. And as we've just spoken about H.I.V.E having this connection to them as well, could they all be intertwined? Is there something more going on? Next question.
Right, last one for the time being. Again from Sorry over on YouTube. Are there any plans that we know of to reuse like roguelike elements from the first game? They'd love to do more stuff like the Rifts or the Leviathan in that style.
Well, I mean, that's an interesting statement. So a lot of the replayability of EVERSPACE 2's end game is largely inspired by EVERSPACE 1. So inherently, that's why we're providing these experiences. Like the Rifts were kind of I think I even spoke about it in the streams even. Like the Rift is designed as kind of like a slice of EVERSPACE 1 infused into EVERSPACE 2. Plus you have these additional sort of modifiers and challenges that you can make things more difficult. Now, full-blown runs, look, there's also the argument where we need to keep things bite-sized so that you're not spending 3, 4, 5 hours on a single in-game run, right? That would kind of be ridiculous. EVERSPACE 1, the entire point of the game was to try and complete that run, and then complete another run, and complete another run. So it's always that one more run mentality. So a 2 to 3 hour experience there was, really ideal, since that's the whole game, right? You're trying, you're saving, you're loading your save, you're dying, you're starting a new run. That's the whole element of that. With EVERSPACE 2, we want you to wiggle around various builds and play styles and interpret the equipment in ways that maybe we haven't even thought about, and then throw yourself into situations and see what happens and how fun it is, and what you can kind of obtain, or how you can challenge yourself to overcome prior obstacles. So, yeah, as a completely direct response to your question itself, we kind of did, and we hope that you enjoy that we've kind of made this more appropriate for the itemization systems in EVERSPACE 2, so that you can have a lot of replayability still, while also spending this time to delightfully modify, tweak, and adjust these various elements to your liking to find new ways to have fun. Whew! There we go. So, what else we got?
The last one again from Sorry, it's just a follow-up. He just wants to rephrase it. Any plans for different kinds of bite-sized Rift experiences?
Excuse me. Well, high-risk areas are kind of like that. Yeah, I mean, that's... The question is challenging to answer, because if we were to continue down the route of EVERSPACE 2 content, which you guys know we are, we want to make sure that the content is fun, not just for a moment, but for a lasting period of time. We don't really want you guys to, like, you know, spend a bunch of money to get like a 2-hour campaign and then be done, right? Like, even with our Dreadnought and our Leviathan, the missions have like a certain amount of time to spend. If you speed run them, of course you can complete them super fast, or you could take your time and envelop yourself in the additional world. But even still, if you are getting all of the content and you're enjoying those experiences, you can keep doing that over and over and over again, right? The same would apply to other content that we would bring to the game. We're not gonna just, like, even if you look back in the Incursions update, and you look back still in the Armed and Dangerous update, we see 2 different ways that's handled. In Incursions, we see that as another sort of Rift-like system, like you're talking about, right? Where you go to a specific area and there's this combat situation, you gain new stuff to gives new abilities to unlock new stuff. You know, it's very giving. Whereas the Armed and Dangerous update is all about like horizontal progression, right? Now, let's expand our opportunities of the itemization systems, right? This too is creating more replayability because now there's more stuff to find and experiment with. I could keep going on, and I bet you know that I could, but I'm gonna stop because this is already way too long of a response. So that would definitely be our desire in the future as well. If we're creating new content that can't be enjoyed over and over again, then we're doing it wrong. So, there you go. Woo! What else we got?
That's it for now. Yeah, I've just answered a few of the outline questions. But
awesome.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
No, thanks for that. All right, Gary, why don't you go ahead and vanish, and I'm gonna show you guys a fun little thing, which is mainly just having a better understanding of what your controls look like from the inventory screen. All right. A lot of you guys, oh my gosh, we'll start at default here. I watch a lot of streams from you guys, and this is kind of the default view. Actually, it starts with the latest, I think. This is the default view of what your inventory looks like. And as you can see, it's just kind of a mess of things, right? It starts off with these categories to your left that you've maybe never even scrolled over in your entire life. But these things help organize what you are looking at in the cargo. This is the latest tag. That means it's in order of when you picked it up. That's the easiest way to respond. I normally play with value because that helps me understand what I can sell for the greatest amount, and I can scrap other things that are kind of lesser value, or I can find a nice mixture across them. But you also have the means to organize by item type. So if you're ever like, man, everything's just like too much of a clutter, but I need an energy core, well, boom, you hit that and look at that. We have all our energy cores nice together. You can do some quick comparisons. Super duper easy peasy. Still more based on rarity. If you just straight up don't care about the cash value of the item, you're just like, what's the highest, what's the lowest? Boom. You can also do that. I tend to use this from time to time as well, just because I like that structure. And then last but not least, you have level, which is only relevant from your experience from the beginning all the way to the end of the campaign, because normally when you're finished, you'll be close to level 30, and then from there everything is going to stay level 30 because it's not going to be less and it's not going to be more. So yeah, another thing, there are actually controls how to change this on console. I believe it's let me see if I can, yeah, there it is. It's going to be your left thumbstick. So if you're on console and you're like, I don't have access because I can't click on it. Yes, you can. Just hit the left analog stick, and that will cycle it for you. Now, you might also be wondering, well, you know, I've also seen that there's been similar stuff like in a shop. Yes, and it's the exact same way that you can interact with it. Now, as you see, we've got value, item type, rarity, and level. We also have rebuy. I'm going to talk about this one a little bit more. And then we also have these two sort of displays here. This is what it looks like standard, but you can also shrink this down by pressing this one to give it all shrunk down into these little squares to make it a bit easier to pick really fast. But of course, if you want more of those details like this, you can have it listed like that and just scroll through it, of course. And of course, when you have this open, whenever you have the shop open, the sorting is now going to affect the shop instead. Okay? So we can cycle around that way. Another quick thing to point out, sometimes you guys will sell something, you're like, crap, I sold it, I'm looking for it, I'm looking for it, I'm looking for it. Guess what? It's not here. The item you sold isn't there. It's here. The rebuy button. You can go pick it up and you get exactly what you sold it for back. No sweat. No problem whatsoever. This has been in the game since 1.0 release. This is not something we added. It's always been there, but now you know. All right, last but not least, let's go into some more of those added little details here. We have the level, show, and demand. So let's talk about that ever so briefly. You can see these little dots. You can see these numbers. If we don't have that, you don't see them. You just see the icon in the upper left showing you what it is. I almost always turn this on as soon as I can, because whether it is an item, it shows the level, or a commodity, it shows the rarity of where you are currently at, so you can get the best sales very quickly. You go over to the shop and be like, oh yeah, these are orange, that one's red. You know what? Why not? I'll just go ahead and sell the orange ones. Which brings me to the next one. How did I multi-select there? Oh, that seems so convenient. Yes, so there's a quick little shortcut for PC players where if you hold the control button down and you click, it selects multiple things. Now, this can also be done by expanding your view. Expanding your view is right here. You just hold the button down and boom, now it goes up here. The same way to multi-select is now you can see it's underneath the item. It says mark, and you just push R, and it does the exact same thing. If you are also wondering, yes, this also works on console. So very briefly, just going to show this. If you need to expand your view, you expand it, holding in that L3. And then once you're in here, look, all you have to do is start marking stuff. Look, I'm on console, baby. I'm on console, and I'm able to mark this stuff. And you can sell it all immediately. It just like get rid of it. Boom, no problem, easy peasy. It's all there for you. We've done this for you because we love you. But sincerely, so that's a crash course on how you can use this space, your inventory, in ways that you may not have thought you can actually use it. So I hope that this short demonstration of everything that we've plugged into this space has given you a bit more of an advantage in sorting through your cargo and the shop in your future runs. We could actually keep going, but we're gonna end it there. I think that equipment itself is a whole nother sort of experience with all of these different things, for example. But we did implement these systems for an ease of comparing your equipment to one another. So if you didn't want to spend the time of searching around, you're just like, I only want to look at primary weapons. You choose a primary and go through that. And it has all of these listed for your convenience, giving everything from weapon, energy, and kinetic damage, to the range, to the value, to the item type, to the rarity, to the level. I said I wasn't gonna do it and I just did it really fast. Boom. You can also see this pertaining to your ship versus everything. And when you're in the home base, this also allows you to cycle between every single one of your ships in the hangar. Whew. Lots and lots and lots of UI that, UX that you guys maybe didn't even know about. But it's all there for you to participate with to enhance your experience. All right, so we have pushed through a couple of segments here, but let's get right back on track. From here, we are going to go right back into some gameplay. What I'm going to do, because we have completed the main storyline now, we are going to, we're going to head over to Prescott. And let's start just activating the DLC. I very much doubt we're going to get through the DLC before the end of the stream because we have a couple other things that, of course, we want to show you and talk about. So I'm going to just like trigger these, get them sort of set up, and then in a moment, I will show you some more stuff. It'll be great. It'll be super duper. So, did I see that Michael snuck into the stream? Our mad lad, the CEO of Rockfish Games. Please raise your hand if you've been a part of a game stream where the freaking CEO's joined. Spoiler alert, it's very rare. It's always a pleasure to have you, Michael. What an absolute legend.
Hive, tell me a story.
What
Really,
exactly
really cool to
do
have
you
him.
think I am? Some kind of speaking onboard assistant, only here to entertain you during.
Oh, you guys are trying to understand what HIVE stands for?
Gadget, installed to spin
Or
fictions
are they?
for your
They've got to be
amusement.
playing around though, right?
You take me for a
You guys know what
coward.
HIVE stands for, right?
With the wisdom of
Right?
I was going to
entire
tell them and I've
species
completely
and
blanked.
instantaneous reference, and only a badly reproduced ape descent.
Does anybody know? I'm legitimately asking if anybody knows. I brought Gary back on screen, so now you can see him laughing.
Artificial intelligence leveled to an ingrate.
I like how we're having the discussion about HIVE as HIVE is talking with Adam. By the way, that's great. It's great.
Perfect timing. I
Highly-
just like all the expectations.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Horrendously irate, vicious entity.
Yeah. No, there's some really good one. Maybe the CEO is a game nerd too. Oh, he absolutely is. If I say Destiny, he'll be like, "What? What are you talking about on stream, Eric? What did you say?"
I'm here. What's your sign?
Oh my goodness. All right, Gary, I'm gonna have you go ahead and vanish, but thanks for
I
quickly
gotta go.
joining. Yeah, thanks for quickly joining just for that cute little segment about individuals guessing what HIVE means. Okay, yeah, so Wizard Jerry does know. Wizard Jerry, of course, the legend himself, human interface virtual entity. Yes. And now I'm gonna embarrass you all because you know what? You could have used cheat codes. You could have used cheat codes. All you had to do is go over here. Look right here, and it says right here. It says where does it say?
At the top.
Where's it? Oh, right there, right at the top, at the very top. Of course, it's super obvious. How could you miss that? Perfect. Human interface virtual entity, right there. Very, very good. There's a lot of detail in these codexes, by the way. I spent a lot of time for you guys, as well as other team members. It wasn't just me, goodness. It wasn't just me. But we spent a lot of time enriching these character descriptions and whatnot. And some of that carried over from EVERSPACE 1. Some of it you get some new information. There's a lot of fun to be had in here. We had some great writers plugging in some clarity and some fun, which we also were very dedicated, by the way, to ensure was lore accurate and made sense for the times that they were. There were a couple of times, and the freaking team can actually attest to this, where we would plug something in, I would sort of tweak it a little bit, they would tweak it a little bit, new additions were added, and then it would be like, oh, hang on a second, those dates don't line up with the events that are happening in the world. Yeah, we would do stuff like that. That's actually the process of how we write these events and these stories and these characters and having purpose to them. I mean, and I hope that this comes through. I mean, we spent how long talking about Eshahar and how it's related to the Okar. But like, these are important details to us. These are very important details. And if we have something where like, say we have dates on timings of when certain things happened, we ensure that those dates are accurate. In fact, we had a fun little situation. I don't think Michael's gonna mind me revealing this. We actually had a full stop the presses moment with the art book because we had a date wrong for one of the characters that might have actually been Dax. And we're like, we've gotta fix this because it's not correct. So we fixed it and then started the presses back up with a new file. Yeah, that's how much we care about these details being correct, guys. Like it is important to us that the world truly does make sense as it's kind of operating by itself and you're in it, right? And also, that's how story writing should always be. All right, cool. Quite the tangent, but I think it was worth it. All right, let's trigger this. We're going to... I think I'll start the Leviathans, because I really like the Leviathan quest chain. I mean, the Dreadnought's fun too. I think personally, I prefer I think I prefer going through the Leviathan replay, like replayable missions a little bit more than the Dreadnought ones. But ironically, I think I like the equipment that drops from the Dreadnought more, so it's hard. You guys are still commenting on what H.I.V.E. would stand for. I love it. I love it. It's great. Oh, that's so good. So good. Oh yeah, I see Kazaa. I almost said Kyle. What? Kazaa got to do a raid in Destiny with Michael. Yeah, every now and then that stuff can happen. Yeah, we had a number of other team members that would do that with Michael as well, and here and there. But he's a very busy man, so let me tell you guys, it's not like he's playing Destiny every single night. He ain't got time for that. All right, he's too busy making a freaking stellar game for you all. But I digress.
Heard about any monsters out here in the Beltogrades?
A monster is typically an
Try to get.
species.
I don't know why I keep going through super light when I have fast travel, guys. Why do I keep doing this? Ridiculous. But it's all
You
good.
think that humans are the only species to delude themselves? Doesn't that say something about their power of imagination?
It says more about confirmation bias. You are familiar with the flat sunners of Earth's home system.
Oh, yeah.
Flat
Those guys
Sunners,
believe
I
the sun
forgot
is
about
flat
this.
like a mirror and follows the rotation of the Earth.
Gosh.
And despite exploring and colonizing half the known galaxy, they continue to have a strong membership.
So good. So good. All right. Let's get right over here. Keep asking those questions. They are not getting lost into the pool of the abyss. We are cataloging them. We will be answering them here in a little bit. I'm trying to get over to this segment of the gameplay. I want to see if I can at least start the Leviathan. I'm probably not gonna have enough time because I do want to jump over and have enough time to also give you guys the dev interview. In fact, from a timing standpoint, it might just be best to cut to that right now. So let me do a stopping point here. And I want to introduce you to a completely new segment of our streams from here on out that we would like to do a little bit more of. And these are called internal interviews. They don't necessarily have to be Rockfish employees. Interesting. But they do need to be a conversation with individuals that maybe you haven't met before to give you some insight into spaces that you never thought of. So let's get to this abandoned jump gate. I'm gonna save, and I'll have you guys meet a pretty awesome individual of our team. Now, I am gonna show you everything that was taken is pre-recorded. And the other detail to that, there's gonna be dial. I'm skipping it. Nope. Skip. All right. Dev cheats. I'm using dev cheats. Fully admitting because I want to get through this. You know, it's fine. We'll just stop right here. This is fine. This is fine. Cool. I want to introduce you to Jan. All right. Introduce you to Jan. Keep in mind that when this was recorded, we were having some audio issues, so my voice is a little bit lower than it probably should be. You should be able to hear everything just fine though. So without further ado, check this out. So hello Jan, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, I'm just delightful. I have a series of questions to ask about your job and fun things like that. You are currently our quality assurance manager, is that correct?
Yes, I think that's my official title, yes.
Wonderful. There's some big words in there. I was just kind of wondering, just to start things off, if you could give me a very brief description of what your title truly means, and then we'll start getting into some details.
Yeah, sure thing. So, like, quality assurance, you're often just connected to, like, actually testing, bug reporting, stuff like that. With quality management, there's, like, tiny bit more, like another layer coming to that, so maybe like more organization of actual like test cycles or stuff like that. So pretty much daily business to organize tests with the team, actually do the testing, like writing the test plans, and yeah, like testing for balance, testing if it's fun, and then like bug reproduction when stuff comes from the community in our forums, and writing bug reports if I like happen to stumble upon a bug while testing. That's pretty much like a rough overview about what I'm doing from day to day, I think.
So you mean to say you're not just sitting down in the office and playing video games? That's not what this is?
Sadly not. Sometimes that is actually what I'm doing. So, especially if there's like if we're going like more of the way of explorational testing. So there are like new features, or there's a new location that the team built, and sometimes it's beneficial if you go in there without any knowledge beforehand, so you're not like prejudiced to like oversee some stuff, or or you think this works like that, and that's why I interact in that way with it. So this can be beneficial, just going in blind, so to say. Yeah.
Nice.
And those are the times when I actually just sit down with the game and try to play it as if I would play any other game.
That's awesome. So just the way that you'd play any other game. So that definitely seems that diving into such a role, you're going to have some type of experience. So let's just roll that into the next question of, what is your experience? What's your background? Where did you come from? And how in the world did you wind up here?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of luck is always part of it, but like to my background, I think like first and foremost, I've been a gamer all my life. I think that's not like necessary to fill in this position, but it definitely helps. When it comes to my like educational background, I studied something called media computer science. It's pretty much computer science with like some more creative stuff on the side. During my studies, I also had like my first internship at a gaming company that was called Good Game Studios, and there I already worked in QA. And like near the end of my studies, me and two of my friends, we funded our own game studio, and because we wanted to create games, and we were creating like tiny mobile games stuff where you like could do like one input, and tried our luck with that. And because we would need to earn money on the side, we all worked in different places or different areas, and for me it was web development. I started to work for an agency that would build like websites, and there I also worked in QA, and then after some time in QM, when the team and our processes got like more complex or bigger. And now, I mean, I'm still pretty fresh to the RFG family, so for the last 1.5 years I've now been working here.
I had no idea that you were a part of a small couple-man group. You said you just with your friend, you started up
Yes.
your own. How long were you doing that before you kind of transitioned more into the gaming industry?
Yeah, we did that for I think like 5 to 6 years. Yeah,
Ooh.
because it was not like full time and mostly on the side, like besides our actual jobs. Yeah, but I think we pumped out, if I remember correctly, I think like 4 projects or 4 titles in the end that we released to iOS and Android. During that time, I thought, I don't want to spend like all my life or like my whole day just with game development, and therefore I thought it would be a good idea to actually do something different, and therefore I went into like web development. And after it stopped, and after I've been working in web development like for 7 to 8 years, I thought I really would like get back to to game development,
How
because
to come back.
that's
How to come back.
yes, that's kind of where my passion lies. So yeah, so that was one of the reasons I ended up here, I guess.
That's great. Wow, that's a pretty remarkable story, honestly. And yeah, I mean, even with over or around 5 years of doing that, you say that there was limited success there, but man, that had to have been a lot of experience under your belt in order to bring you to Rockfish Games today. So with that being said, I am kind of curious, what were some of those more challenging aspects of not only what you're doing here at Rockfish, but what you were even doing in this learning process to get here?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to like QA or QM in general, I think it's mostly with this line of work, it's kind of a big information game. Like the more information you have, the better you can actually like test something, because you know the interactions. And with a game like EVERSPACE 2, I mean, we are such a small team with such a big and complex game. So pretty much the most challenging thing about it is like how complex it is, and to actually try to foresee every connection there is when you like integrate a new attribute for one weapon, and you think, yeah, that should be fine, and then you like, oh no, wait, there was this other thing that we need to think about. And that's
thing?
Pretty much just one. Yeah, just
That
one.
would be the dream.
Yeah, and I think oh yeah, that would be quite alright. But like if you write it down and then you have like, I don't know, like 15 test cases for just one thing, and you're like, whew, that's a lot. And so that's pretty much, I think, like one of the most challenging things like in this line of work.
Those were the most challenging aspects of diving in. What have been some of the most rewarding aspects of diving into this role?
In this case, for me, it's like there's a bug popping up that's really obscure. You have no idea where it comes from or how can this happen? And then you're like going step by step, and you figure out what the actual cause is and where it comes from. That feels very satisfying. Yeah, especially if you have like situations where there's like this one bit of info coming from the community that somebody for some reason like found out this tiny thing, and then you like, oh my god, everything makes sense now.
Oh,
yeah.
Yep, that sounds about right. That's great. Oh, that's awesome. So what's the best thing about working here at Rockfish Games?
I'm currently working on a title that I would personally play. I also, before I started working at Rockfish, I already purchased EVERSPACE 2, so I already put my own money down, so to say.
You were already
invested. And it's I was already invested, and it's really, 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 really satisfying and just really cool to work on a title like that, where you are passionate about, where that matters to you. And I think that's like one of my favorite parts, like except for all the other good stuff, like working with extremely talented and nice people, and like having people like sitting on top. Yeah, a lot of freedom in our decisions and how we want to create the game, and also a lot of trust, which is also super awesome.
With this being this workspace environment that has been so powerful for you, that has enabled you in such a way, now I want to take even one more step back and looking at this bigger picture of where you came from. What type of games were you actually playing at that time and are even currently playing now?
Like at that time, if I think about at that time, like I had especially like during my studies, I had a really intensive like League of Legends phase, where
doesn't everyone?
Yeah, but it was unhealthy.
Doesn't everyone?
But yeah. But currently I'm playing World of Warcraft, The War Within, which just released a month ago, but kind of getting to the point where I've seen all the content, done everything there is to do, so that's starting to fade out slightly. I actually started yesterday playing Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. So far, so good. Also like World of Warcraft and probably like Path of Exile, one of my like most played games ever. Also very much looking forward to the Path of Exile 2 early access release next November. This is also not super small, but like Cult of the Lamb, for example. I just got, because like some of my colleagues are like huge puzzle enthusiasts, I just got into like Baba Is You that I checked out. Like Dave the Diver, which was also probably like relatively big. Same goes for Hades 2. Yeah, I don't know. There's lots of stuff.
Excellent. Okay, You're definitely showing that you're very well seasoned. So with all of these games in mind, including EVERSPACE 2, which you invested your time in, you made that purchase, and afterwards you then joined the team. Here's a more direct question for you. If you could have only worked on just one game, what would that have been?
I think on a level of what do I play myself, then the question or then the answer would probably be something like Path of Exile or Diablo. But when it comes to my professional work, like in QA or QM, then I would probably choose some like really big open world title, like something like The Witcher or like any Rockstar game, just because I would be very curious how they approach like testing games of that magnitude, of that complexity. EVERSPACE 2 is already very complex, but yeah, these are like even bigger and like have even more details you have to look into. So yeah, that would be probably very interesting.
I think that would be really interesting, especially with everything that we've learned about you through this little interview, just how detail-oriented you are and how you love cracking open the problems of a game and then finding solutions to them, whether it's a couple days later or even months. It sounds like such a huge success, so I understand why you would choose something like, a Rockstar game. But also it's great to see you being able to put your efforts into this Rockfish team for our quality assurance managing, because through you we've been able to really rein in a lot of these components for a large space of EVERSPACE 2. So thank you for all of the work that you've done, and thanks for letting me ask you a bunch of questions and just responding to them on the fly. I really do appreciate that, Jan.
I mean, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. It really is. It's my pleasure. This has been so much fun. So, well, that's all I have for you. Did you want to have any closing sort of statements or anything that maybe I didn't ask that you wanted to just share before we go?
No, I mean, pretty much just maybe to our community, like, thank you for your continued support, for playing the game, for leaving comments, for putting the time in and enjoying it, hopefully. So yeah, that's it, I guess.
That's great. That is absolutely incredible. Well, once again, Jen, thank you so much for giving us your time to answer these questions, and don't stop being awesome. Yeah, so there you guys go. That was our little fun interview with Jan. I'm gonna have Gary on the screen here for just a moment. But yeah, Jan, what a remarkable lad. He is freaking awesome. I mean, you heard it from him directly, and it was hard to hear some of the questions that I probably asked him. And again, my apologies about that audio. Sometimes hiccups happen. We had limited time to bring the interview together, and we're really thankful that we were able to do that. So even though I was maybe a little hard of hearing, you could directly hear him, and that was the most important part. Jan, if you're watching, thank you so much for taking the time to do the interview. It was a lot of fun, especially to share what you do with everybody out here. So cool.
Absolutely.
So freaking cool.
He has such an infectious laugh. I do get to talk to him quite regular because I'm the one that brings him all the bugs and say, Jan, look, we've got a problem. Yeah. And then he just laughs his way through the day. I've never known a guy like him. He's top to work with.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and so you guys get a little bit more of a sense of like how the pipeline of these bug hunts work. Whenever you guys post anything on Discord, on Steam, on Twitter, on TikTok, whatever means you're using to communicate to us that something's wrong, Gary and I, sometimes Lee, sometimes Jeremy, will grab that data and then push it to the team. That's if we haven't discovered it already, and that's also if we specifically, like Gary and I, also run through and do test work, as well as many other team members, of course, to try and find and squish these bugs before they even make it to you all. And Jan champions this process. Absolute legend. Completely structures all of the reports, makes sure that every single one of them gets addressed, and moves that through the pipeline accordingly. He truly is a legend on our team. So look at me still talking about Jan. Oh my gosh, he's so incredible. But yeah, so now I've jumped back into the game, and we have yet another new segment that we want to bring to the table here, and this one's going to be interesting, probably. I haven't ever actually completed this part of the Daredevil challenge. In the upper left corner, it's Daredevil, complete a high-risk area without firing a primary weapon. In this segment, it's basically the streamer, in this case myself, completing a challenge inside of the game. These challenge segments, by the way, are going to evolve over time, and sometimes we'll even have recommendations that you guys make. We've seen that before in the past, but now we're making an official segment for it. All right. So starting things off, I want to see if I can do this, and I intentionally made it more difficult for myself, because why wouldn't I do that? With the Sentinel, I'm not allowed to use the ult either, since that is considered a primary weapon. So I'm gimped in more than one way, but we're gonna see what we can do here. So Gary, thanks for having your presence here as we're in the dock. Go ahead, get in your hidey hole. That's it. Perfect, excellent. Let's try to complete this challenge. We've got about 20-ish minutes on the clock I'm looking at to see if we can complete this task. So yeah, I'm sure that there's been a lot of you guys out there who have done this multiple times. You're like, really? This is the first time you're ever doing it? Yeah, fully admitting I've never actually completed this challenge before, but I had to make it a little bit harder. So let's see what we can do it. This save, by the way, this is actually a personal save of mine where I've actually completed the entire game from start to finish, every single challenge, everything. No saves, you can believe me or not, I don't care. I've unequipped my primaries for this, which I was using Viscous Intent and XM426. I really like the combination they have together. But otherwise, our equipment, our main sort of source of damage we're going to be using is going to be through our devices here. So we have Force Forge. So this is going to use all three of the modifications of the magnetic repulsor. And then in addition to that, we're going to be using EMP generator as well as corrosion injector to add more of that lasting damage. And we also are using parting gift, arguably underused device mode, honestly. Like, these things can dish out a pretty decent amount of damage. And considering we're not allowed to use primaries, I figured that this would be the direction that I would go in. You know what? Let's make this a little bit more in our favor. It's not going to do much, but, you know, why not? So, here we go. We're going to get right back into things. This is our challenge. We cannot use primary weapon. I can't push the G button. So don't tempt me. It'll ruin the run.
You don't normally press it anyway, so what did
Nailed it. Oh my gosh. Oh, all right. So we've already gotten some crazies in here. Oh, parting gift has connected really well. I just tried to fire my weapon. I'm glad that I unequipped them. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be tricky. That's a drone. Let's destroy it. Good, good. Went through that corrosion real bad. Did we get him? Oh, oh, good, good. Got the mine. All right. Let's see if we can get him knocked out of here like that. Good. Got our corrosion injector back. big thing that I'm trying to do here is kind of stack that corrosion injection. Because if we can take foes out, then we get it back. And, oh no, a teleport drone? New primary target. Oh, where did he go? Where did he go? Shoot! Did we hit him? We missed him. Ah! We got him! Nice! Oh, that feels good. Honestly, those are like my biggest threat in this game. I don't know about any of you folks out there, like what enemy is like really causes you trouble, but those teleport drones, they can be very devious. Okay, now we've got an elite torment. Oh, come on. Do I have enough time to grab and throw? Please say yes. Doesn't look like I connected. Here, let's mess you up and then mess you up some more. I missed? Oh, goodness gravy. Boom! Didn't hit as hard as I would have liked. But something that's really nice about the other equipment on this ship is that even though I can't fire my primary weapon, you can probably tell I've been boosting almost the entire time. Just to make it to where I'm safe. There's a lot of instances where I've tried this sort of in the past, if you will, where running out of energy it completely destroys you. So the Sentinel here is kind of nice in the sense that the energy benefits when picking up these orbs are giving me that energy that I need. Ooh. Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna beat this timer. This is taking a while. I really want to see if I can pull this off.
I've never ever attempted this, so for any of the pilots out there that have actually done it, fair play.
Yeah, I'm doing it so inefficiently, and I know that some people are dying inside. But orbs are OP. I see from Kazaa. Yeah, orbs are the bread and butter when you're trying to stabilize and get back into the fight. It's so important. Oh no, we're actually taking damage. We got to figure out a better means to accomplish our task here because it's not looking good. I missed those mines completely. That was really bad. At least we got a little bit more energy orb for us. Oh, that's not going to work on you. Oh, goodness gravy. We got him. Oh, we took him out. That ramming speed collision was totally intentional.
Yep, planned.
Oh my gosh. I'm actually really happy that happened now. Okay, let's try and get some of these weaker guys. Also push them around because they'll explode all over the place. Really need this guy gone. Here, come over here. Let's just dance, you and me. Just you and me. This should be enough. See you later. I forgot how strong their shields are. Oh, corrosion. It's okay, armor regen's okay, so. Alright, let's see. Let's get back into the fray a little bit. Honestly, I'm surprised these elite GMB fighters are still going. I feel like normally when I try high-risk areas, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but when I try high-risk areas and there's GMB, they tend to die really fast. So I'm surprised they're actually still alive here. Oh, come on, we can get you. There we go. Nice. One more. In range. Oh, come on. Oh, you were so close. How are you not in range? Goodness. That'll be enough. 3 elites? Oh, gosh. Orbs, orbs, orbs. There we go. Go to the asteroid, please. Thank you. There we go. You come over here. Bonk. I love that so much. Oh my gosh. If magnetic repulsor isn't your favorite device, how? I need to know. What? I just love this device so much. It is so incredibly satisfying. Oh. Oh, I used it on a Viper corrosion injector. It doesn't work on Vipers. Oh, an outlaw drone carrier. Could be fun. I can use secondaries. And I save some specifically for events like this. There we go. Whoop! Probably don't want to fly through my own minefield. It's fine. Being a bit riskier than I ought to be. That's what makes the challenge fun, right? Right? Probably? Oh wow, look at all these guys. Alright, let's try to collect some kills. Good. Oh, that was really good. We're about halfway through. Oh my gosh, our timer. Oh, we gotta speed things up. Oh, this is tricky. How in the world are we gonna defeat the the boss? Oh no. I didn't think this through. Oh jeez. I gotta save some of my missiles and stuff. Let's see if we can close the gap. There we are. It was kind of funny because I've seen some of you guys do some of these challenges in like seconds, and it blows my mind. Like obviously I know you guys have spent a lot of time maximizing your builds, and this build isn't really optimized. This was a sort of, hey, let's see if we can accomplish this as a challenge just for kicks and giggles. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I should have spent time optimizing, but here we are. All right, that should be enough for him. Ooh, he's almost gone. This should be enough. Nice. No energy ore. There we go. There we go. Boom! Those proto scouts, man, their shields are crazy. I think he's gonna survive, but oh, the mine got him! Oh, nice! It got him right before the corrosion injector went off, so I got it back. That is satisfying. That was really stinking satisfying. What's my greatest weapon right now? Asteroids. Asteroids are my greatest weapon. That should be enough there.
Usually my greatest adversary, to be fair.
Fair. That's fair. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. That's good. That's good. Everything's fine. Let's try to get over. I'm seeing that GMB has been slowly getting killed off. Like, I'm not surprised. Hang in there, little buddy. I need you to pull them off of me. Oh, this is coming down to the wire, honestly. Oh. Let's see. Now I kind of need them grouped up. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Bonk. It satisfies every single time. Mine? Missed. Okay. Mine?
Good shot.
Hey, thanks! That was appropriate, Hive! Oh my gosh! I don't know why, it's kind of hard lining up those mines. Alright, we're taking more damage than I would like. Okay, come on, slow down. If our shields get broken, we are in a world of pain. So we have to be really mindful about the damage that we take. Alright, so that's not gonna be a kill. I probably shouldn't use that on him. Thinking about it. Let's try to get a little bit more mine. There we go. Alright.
Stripping runs down the body of the drug carrier.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it's like bombing runs, right? It's like little,
Yeah.
That should be it. Nice! Oh, look at all those explosions. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And now him too. Crunch. Oh, my gosh. Every time. You too. See you later. Delayed, but it'll happen. It's there. Yeah. Whoops. Here we go. Bonk. Oh, gosh. Every time. Jeez. Oh, Viper. Why did we make you immune to magnetic repulsion? Marco, why did we do that? Remind me. There was a reason. Thunk. 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 Alright, here we go. Proto Scout, alright. We'll try to work on him. Detonator drone, let's just take care of it. Good time mine spot. Yeah, there we go. No more armor. Really mindful. Hey, that's a pun that I used in a video that I made for EVERSPACE 1 before I was actually on the team. I was introducing players to the hardcore loop, and I made that pun about exploring different spaces, because the space that I was exploring was a colonial sort of interior space, for lack of a better term. And there were a bunch of mines. I thunked them real good, thank you. I have been practicing my thunk. That was a good thunk. GMB, wow, he's still pretty alive. Let's go help him out. Let's make sure that he keeps
doing well.
Yeah, I'm legitimately impressed with this mad lad who's survived. Like, we're talking
sneak on some plot armor.
Yeah, this is definitely like friggin', you know, one of those really interesting cases of a Jedi dodging Order 66, you know, like he's out here and he's just championing it. Mad impressed. I really don't like madcaps. I want you to go away, please. There we go. Much better. Now I have to deal with the pod, though. There, that should be enough. Got him. No! Didn't get him. That should be enough. I have a feeling he's going to be a problem. They're rapid fire situations. Oh, that was a good mine. That hit a lot. Yes! Yes! Oh, we have time. We have time. Okay. All right, GMB light fighter, come over here. Let's do this. Come on, man. You and me. Squad up. In formation. I don't know what your payroll is, but it must be good. You are championing this. I'm gonna say nothing but the greatest of things to Officer Shaw when we're finished. I don't know what to do. Is this? That's barely doing damage. Oh my gosh! What do we do? What's the play? Oh, that dealt some damage. Okay. All right, now we just have to get in here and. That's not doing much now. Can I use my ult? Can I? I can't use my ult. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit of a slow progress, but we're making progress. We have time. We have time. We got 5 minutes. We can do this. Oh, I need to not use corrosion injector when he has armor, because it's basically just getting absorbed. So we have to not use corrosion injector when he has armor. So now would be the time. Okay, there we go. There we go. How am I still? Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, I did it again. Gosh dang it. Tricky, tricky, tricky. All right, we're going to... That's not really going to do too much, but we're going to utilize our secondaries as soon as his armor goes down. Oh, it went down. Okay. Get in there. 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 That wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Okay. Ow. No, stop it. Okay. Oh, I did that out of range. That was bad. Oh, my own mine hit me. That was probably not the best thing. Oh, he's open! Oh no! I'm late! I'm late! Ow! Okay. We gotta focus in on some of these rapscallions here. That was more damage than I cared to admit. Mine! Oh my gosh, I doubled. It's okay. It was good damage. Let's just see what this does. Probably not gonna be much. Oh, that was a good hit. Nice and cinematic as well. We have 3 minutes left? Oh, come on! Ah! Come on. Nope. Okay. Alright, there was another guy close here. That's right, just push me forward. It's fine, helps me align things up. Armor down. Get in there. Good. Again. Okay. We are out of ammo. I didn't say I couldn't craft anything. Do we have... We can restock, right? Secondaries resupply, yes. Here we go. All right, we're close. 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. Oh my gosh. Come on. Give me mines back, come on. That was a bad one. Come on. We're so close. Ugh. Oh, that's bad! We're at 1 minute! Come on, die! Ah! Oh, goodness gravy! We took a lot of damage in that last explosion, but we did it!
Well done.
Oh, jeez! This is a great tutorial on how not to do these challenges. Yeah, you're right. But you know what? I pulled it off, and therefore it's satisfying because I accomplished it in a way that wasn't meant to be done. I'm gonna have Gary join me back on the screen. Oh my gosh, that was incredibly satisfying to accomplish. So I am happy with that. Woo! Next time,
well done, man.
Next time I'm doing a different ship that I can use an alt and like dish out some insane amounts of damages. Yeah.
Bomber, secondary.
Yeah. Doing this one in a bomber it's like the best way. Doing a sentinel is basically the worst because you can't even use the ult. Oh my gosh. So now a racing challenge. No, that was the one challenge for the stream. We're going to be taking a very quick break, both Gary and I. And then we're going to come back and we are going to be highlighting a couple of screenshots that the team themselves has rated. And we'll see who got the highest rating from the last couple of weeks. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We've got a little segment here. Then we have some news to share before we close out the stream, just to keep you guys in the loop of all the goings on and stuff. So, like I said, we have 10 screenshots that were hand selected by us. And we went through and we rated them. The entire team voted on their favorites. So here we have Lord Kane. This image comes from Steam. You took 10th place. So very well done, well accomplished. There were a lot of you that submitted, but only the top 10 have made it in the stream today. So nicely done. Love that Dreadnought action shot. Next up, we have me needing to select my monitor. We have Fat Cat. This also comes from Steam. And a nice little adventure into the H.I.V.E. Nebula. Actually, I think that's H.I.V.E. Is that H.I.V.E.? That could also be Union. That might be Union. Now I'm looking at it a little bit more. But regardless, wherever he's off exploring Fat Cat, we really liked that shot. So nice composition, nice way to compose it. I'm already going way too fast because in this segment, we also want to be answering any of those questions that we've been calculating. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Sorry, Gary. So go ahead and throw me a question. We'll linger on this image and then we'll jump through some more.
I've just got one question lined up, so if you do have any more, do send them in. This one's from Nomads 2K over on Twitch. First one of the night. He's just wondering, part of the line is venture inside procedurally generated living leviathans to reclaim lost technology and discover unique items. And he's wondering, does that mean every time you do this, it changes? I think he's asking about procedurally generation.
Yes, and yeah, the answer to that is yes. We wanted the Leviathan to be fun and interesting, and in order to make that happen from a replayable standpoint, that means that it needed to be a unique experience every time that you go back through it. I can't remember how many different chambers we have in the Leviathan, but it is not a small number. Like, it's not huge either. It's not like we have thousands of different chambers, but the number goes into the tens. Like, and we have different little objectives and challenges that can occur throughout it, and mixing between the different challenges and the mutators that we chose, as well as the environments, can create some unusual and some interesting spaces to be challenged by. So yeah, we're pretty happy with how that's come around. But yeah, that's what you would be getting if you go into the Leviathan in that replayable experience, as well as being met with the different loot that drops unique to the Leviathan itself. This next shot comes from Morning Night. This one is from Discord. Had a couple of votes. This is our 7th place screenshot. Nice. Definitely love the ominous tunnel of which you are navigating through. So nice way to capture that moment. We have Sorry, who's actually been chattering away in our chat. Look, you made it. You are number 6 here. This screenshot comes from Discord. A very vibrant shot of a classy ship I really like that paint job that you've got going on, which is just accelerated by all of these different elements happening on the screen. That's the beam laser from the, it's not the tower. Is that from, wait, no. What is that from? I think that, I was going to say, no, that's the Dreadnought. That's the Dreadnought. That's the beam laser from the Dreadnought. Oh, gosh. Very nice. Very nice. Love the way that you've brought that together. It's a lot of fun. Gary, have we seen any more questions sneak in, or am I still going?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Decimad over on YouTube's just dropped in, and he'd like to say that he's absolutely amazed at the greatness RFG has been able to pull off, even more so that they're based here in Germany. Wish you all the best. Cool sentiment.
Decimad, thank you. That was very kind. Very kind. Yeah, Germany's a pretty great place for making video games, that's for sure. So, very, very fun stuff. This shot comes from Excel, and I think this is a wonderful shot that really accelerates the opportunities of the supporter pack that you can buy. It's a DLC that you have no reason to purchase other than to just like show us the love. If you want to support the continued development of EVERSPACE 2, dive in, and then you get a bunch of free little cool aesthetics things. And it's, yeah, some of them are a lot of fun to play around with. It absolutely does zero for the gameplay. It's just visual, so it's you do not have to buy the DLC. It's purely aesthetic. But it is great to have that support to help fuel our future projects. All right, this next one comes from Fomank, I think. This one is our number 4 slot. Number 5 slot. I can't do math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, this is slot number 5. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We're on number 5. We're on number 5. Fomank, love this shot. I love the Keone system and how it looks. In some ways, I wish we had a little bit more to do there. I know some of you just died inside when I said that because you're like, I want out! Let me out of this place! But I really enjoy what we were able to accomplish there. Some of the hardest puzzles and trickiest situations to navigate. And I think the shot captures that in its entirety. So nice little shot there, Fomank, taking the 5th slot. Next, we're moving into Link Blade with a more artistic capture here, I would say. Link Blade with a couple of pearls jettisoned with a Redeemer in the background blasting away. Are you flying a scout? That's a scout. Oh my gosh, we don't see that very often. We don't see that very often at all, but it's nice to be surprised once in a while. So that's really stinking cool. Number 3, or should I actually say number 1, we had a 3-way tie, guys. We had a 3-way tie from our team rating everyone. This one comes from Adam GD. This was from Discord. Then we have Kazaa, also from Discord. Look at that shot. Oh, so green, so fancy, so corrosive. And last but not least, we have Unknown Creature. Plug in their shot over on Steam. So congratulations to you guys. You are absolute legends when it comes to photography, apparently. And our team really likes those shots. So, yeah. So,
I'm really in love with them.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely fantastic. So, guys, we are now at the very end of the stream. We are wrapping things up. This is the announcement section. And we have a couple of things that we just wanted to mention real briefly. So first off, let me pull this up. This is really super important. If you are using Game Pass EVERSPACE 2 is leaving on October 15th. Okay? So like if you've been using Game Pass and then you bought the DLC, for example, that doesn't somehow lock you in and you get to keep playing, okay? In order to use that purchase, you will also have to purchase EVERSPACE 2, okay? I don't want this to come as a surprise when it happens, okay? This is something that does occur in the industry. Things move around, okay? EVERSPACE 2 is leaving Game Pass on October 15th, all right? So grab a copy. Their Xbox sale, is that
indeed?
All right, cool. There's current sale. Oh, that's the current sale. That's the current sale. Yep. Xbox has a best rated sale right now, so you have 60% off of EVERSPACE 2. So it is the best time to purchase EVERSPACE 2 right now so that you don't lose it because it's 60% off. EVERSPACE 1 is also 80% off right now, including its DLC expansion Encounters. On GOG, it's 60% off and 40% off on the Everspace 2 Digital Deluxe Bundle, 30% off on the Art of Everspace 2, and 30% on the Everspace 2 soundtrack. Last but not least, our next stream, October 25th, we're going to have an indie-focused stream. What? Ah, that's interesting. Where we're going to be highlighting the change in format and reasons behind the move. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to dive into a new space where we're showcasing some completely new games with you all and having that talk about it. There's one more thing to mention. I was trying so hard not to get choked up. Guys, we all have to make transitions in life. I love you all. This has been such a great run. I'm leaving Rockfish soon. This is just as hard for me as it is for you. Probably way harder for me. I've been with this team for close to 8 years, guys. I live and breathe this stuff. And I know this is going to come as a complete surprise to you all. And you're all probably thinking, what happened? Oh my gosh. What is it? Guys, everything is on great terms. I am leaving peacefully and pleasantly onto some new adventures that I'm extremely excited for. And I will keep in touch. So even though I am stepping back and possibly Gary stepping forward with you guys, I will still be floating in the darkness, all right? I'm not just like full on vanishing, let me assure you. It's time, you know? We all have to make some hard decisions, and this has been one of the hardest for me. But Rockfish is in incredible hands. You guys have some super cool stuff ahead of you. I could not be more thrilled about this team and what they're able to do. So yeah, I really mean to tell you guys, like, this adventure is going to be remarkable. So yeah, we will keep in touch. This is not a goodbye forever situation. This is just me needing to sort things out, and we're carrying over to some fun new adventures. All right? So now that I've completely soaked my shirt, the time is to say goodbye. This is my last formal stream for you all. But until we meet again, maybe I'll sneak in sometime and we'll have a lot of fun laughs and memories to share. I will also post some more in the Discord. I will be available all next week, where I'm going to be floating around, engaging with you all. Share your memories if you want, and have a little bit more information to share on that front. So thanks for sticking around a little bit longer than normal. But yeah, so this is a good thing. There's a lot of positive things from this, and I really couldn't be more thrilled for all of you. So yeah. Whew. You know, saying goodbye looked a lot different in my head, Gary. This is, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but, I can imagine.
But yeah. So I see the outpouring of everybody just really sad, and yeah, you know. But like I said, guys, this truly is not goodbye. We will keep in touch. I will float around. You'll see me here and there. I can assure you of that. And you never know. Maybe in the future, paths will recross, and I'll be there working on EVERSPACE 17. You know, it'll be awesome. It'll be a great time. So, yeah. So, well, that's everything that I can possibly say, and also expend way more time than we're normally supposed to. Gary, did you have anything that you wanted to mention?
No, I think it's just a heartfelt thank you, Erik, for everything that you've done for the team and the community, and for me when I joined as well. You've made a big difference to everything Rockfish and everything EVERSPACE, and yeah. Please do not be a stranger. Whatever you do, whatever path you take, we're all going to miss you.
Thank you. Yeah, It's been an incredibly awesome ride, and I cannot wait, truly, to see where it goes from here. It's going to be awesome. And speaking of awesome, you guys have been absolutely awesome this stream. Loved the questions. Loved being able to show you the revamped way that Gary will be leading the charge in these streams. Like, he's been heading this stuff. You are in such good hands. I'm so proud of this man. So yeah, just give your love to this team. It's incredible. And don't stop being awesome. I won't stop being Erik, and this Mad Lab won't stop being Gary. We will stay in the know. For sure. Toodles! You know, I kind of debated on doing a beatbox today, but Gary just mentioned to me, like, I kind of have to. I know that this is the shenanigans that you guys have really enjoyed. So, yeah, I'm going to give it an attempt, but obviously keep in mind that I got kind of emotional there. Some systems are clogged. I've got some subsystem damage. So, yeah, we'll try to have a little bit of fun. But shoot, I'll probably sneak into the Discord and just like share random silly stuff in the future anyway, but I digress. So here we go. Let's have some fun with a little beatboxing thing. Why is it so hard to start beatboxing? It's like the biggest challenge. All right. Couldn't even hit the last. Anyway, there we go. Just nice and chill. Oh my gosh. Guys, thank you so much for literally everything. You guys have been such a blast hanging out with. And once again, yeah, we'll keep in touch. You know, just because this is farewell does not mean it's goodbye. That hopefully that makes sense. So yeah. Anyway, have a fantastic weekend. And like I said, I will be here all week. All next week. My last day is the 18th. All right. So let's have a conversation and don't get too crazy. Otherwise I'll have to ban you. And that would be really awkward on my last week. All right. Cool. Take care. You can wave too, Gary. Perfect.